G'day. Welcome to Friday, last day of the week, non-farm payroll day. A day where we'll see a lot of volatility, no doubt, come news at 8:30. We'll have a brief look at yesterday's price action. Then we'll look at the calendar and then we'll roll on to some analysis for today. So let's jump over to the charts. I hope you're all having you've all had a good week, I hope, and you're having a good start to your Friday. Let's jump over to the charts here quickly. So here we are on NQ. So we're just looking at yesterday's bias. We had a bearish bias. We're moving from internal to external. That has played out as expected. Yes, bullish bias. I had the bullish bias because we had closed above the midpoint of this FVG. I probably, in hindsight, looking at the opening day gap, this was just an area that price was trying to fill, being correlated with NQ. You don't always have to have the same bias, but looking at this in hindsight, obviously, I didn't really consider the opening gap too much. I did think about it filling that, but I wasn't thinking of it reacting so much to that. So got that one wrong. Oil, perfect. We got the sweep of the high here, our external liquidity, and price started to move internal. So we did all right there with our bearish bias. DXY, we had a bullish bias. We swept the lows here, and we got that move higher yesterday. Gold, gold was indecisive. We had a bearish bias. It closed bearish, but overall it was up, down, and pretty much closed where it opened. So, yeah, I guess we were on the money somewhat. There's probably a case for bulls and bears for gold yesterday. All right, let's jump over to the calendar. As already mentioned, it's non-farm payroll day, so we can anticipate quite a lot of volatility injected into the market at 8:30. Great time to expedite some evals if you're inclined to do so. Apex still has the 80% off, which they just always continually extend. They also have, I think it's $85 funding setup fees at the moment on the 100K. I think it's the 150, 250, and 300K accounts on the larger accounts anyway. So it's actually really good value to jump onto those if you're inclined. Of course, make sure you use code Jimmy to do that. Greatly appreciate your guys' support. So if I was to trade today, I would be waiting till after news, and then I'll be waiting furthermore until New York Open, which is 9 a.m. for commodities such as oil, gold, silver, and 9:30 for indices such as your ES and NQ. All right, let's jump to the charts and have a look at today's ideas. Clear these up. So price moved from internal to external. So that is essentially bias complete. This will be you know, potential for a sweep here with news. Maybe price will push down before continuing higher, but I'm going to call it bullish today on account of the fact that we have closed, we have swept external liquidity down here. And that would mean we'd be looking to fill the remainder of this bearish FEG. So bullish for NQ. Let's drop to the hourly. So what do we got? Haven't really got any high level liquidity up here. I guess you could call this here a bearish unicorn with a sweep here, up, down. Let's draw it out. High, low, higher, high. And eventually we push through the breaker and we get our lower low. So that is our unicorn formation, and we also get a FVG aligned here. So it's a bearish breaker with an FVG aligned. And price is currently reaching for the -2 to -2.5. And if we just drop back out to the daily, and you can see here that that low that I was pointing to earlier is actually sitting within our range here, our standard deviations. So, you know, this looks plausible. You know, we might get this move down. Good if we got something like this for our reversal. That would be low resistance liquidity here as well. So price looks like it's going to potentially clean all that up, which will be that low resistance liquidity. Looks good from an ideas perspective. So at the moment, there's some bearish structure here. And if we look at the last couple of days, this is quite seek and destroy profile. So it would almost make sense for this to come down, then you can look for an opportunity to come back up into the range, into the midpoint of the range. All right, yes. Similar thing here on ES. Obviously, as we pointed out, we moved from internal to external, and ES was able to fill this bearish FEG, which NQ did not. We have a low here that is also aligned with a bullish FEG. I like these sorts of setups. I find that they have a lot of merit, a lot of strength here for this to reject from to push higher. And we did have the sweep of the lows here. So if news does produce a move down and then up, that would be a good spot to bounce from, in my opinion. Again, bullish on ES for the day. So we've got an opening gap here as well for today. So that might be an area for price to reach back up to. Let's have a look at the hourly. There's the gap here. Little volume imbalance there, see? There's note here that we had an SMT with NQ through here. And we've got a bearish breaker. And a unicorn setup. Never gave an entry back if you were a swing trader and took an entry on the hourly. And you can see that we've nearly reached max extension here, so that aligns really well. This is that swing low and the daily FVG that overlap each other, and it's aligned with the -4 standard deviation, so looks like it would be a pretty good setup to me. And then if we do create that reversal, I mean, this is all failure swings here, so lots of liquidity reside in here, and again through this region as well. Anything could happen with non-farm payroll, so we'll see. Let's jump over to oil. So we had our move from internal to external, and price reacted there nicely. So if we're moving from external, then this is my initial target region for internal, external to internal. We'll see if price can make its way here. So bearish today on oil. On the hourly, it's pretty yucky price action up here, isn't it? Very sideways, lots of consolidation through there. We did get a sweep here, so we do have high resistance liquidity, and then we've got a ton of low resistance liquidity through here. So our projections from this move get us down to this low. Interesting, not very nice price action on oil at all. We've started to range a little bit here. which is to be expected. You know, we're at this negative 2.5, but we did get a close below. So when we get a close below the negative 2.5, we can usually look at that as a sign that we will get our expansion to the max extension of the negative 4. So I'd be remaining bearish on oil at this stage. So the hourly structure would be remaining bearish. Let's jump over to Dixie. If I sound a bit flat today, guys, I do apologize. I spent the day on an excavator again, so I'm a little bit knackered from that. Sucked in a fair bit of dust today. Okay, so Dixie. We had our sweep of our external, and price has pushed up. Now, one thing I would point out is that, you know, Dixie did the same thing here. So it pushed up, took some external, back in the range, external. Sorry, it took internal here, but it moved beyond the range, came straight back down, swept this external outside the range, and it's gone back into the range. So it's really indecisive in my opinion. We have had our sweep here. So if I was looking to reach internal from our external, then it would be to fill the remainder of this gap, this FVG here. But it really could go any way. It could reach down for these lows here too. So for that, I just don't like Dixie at the moment. I'm going to sit neutral. Non-farm payroll will most likely sort that out. So then we'll have a better idea. You can see the consolidation through here. Moved outside, didn't respect that breakout, came back through. Same thing again. If we were looking at this as a bullish move, then this would be a breaker plus FVG, so a unicorn, but it's not being respected at the moment. So we had our move higher, a sweep of the lows down here. And we'll just mark that up so you can see low. There's our structure that we look for. That's our entry function. We have the FVG aligned. There's one here and there's also another one here. And another one just sneaks in here. So this was some good movement through here. But price is not respecting this at all at the moment. It's fallen through it. So again, I would be neutral on the hourly structure as well. I just don't like any of it. So neutral on Dixie. Gold. So gold is now disrespecting this external sweep in my opinion. So I'm going to look for gold to reach higher. and then we'll see about gold maybe pushing lower after that. So bullish for gold. It really has been on a steady climb up. Look at that. Just beautiful. So we do keep respecting bullish PD arrays. Even when one fails here, this one supports price and we keep going higher. Here's a continuation breaker. That is respected. It doesn't get a close through. And if we were to run our projections from here, as luck would have it, that swing high that I pointed out on the daily aligns perfectly with the -2 to -2.5 extension. So it's like it's made for it. Price reacted really well. It held this breaker, tried to push through again, and got bought back up with displacement as well. So I'm going to remain bullish on the hourly structure. We also have some nice low resistance liquidity sitting up here, still to be captured. So looking for bullish price action on gold today. All right, let's have a quick look at some Forex. We'll do GBP today. All right. So price has reached into internal liquidity here. It's having a nice reaction as well. So looking for price to move from internal to external. This would be external at this stage. That's just for something to draw to. But I'd also be looking to see this liquidity filled, partly filled, completely filled, whatever happens. But looking for bullish price action on GBP today. Let's drop to the hourly, and I think we'll see something that caught my eye already. An hourly unicorn. This is our signature for price reversal. This is our stop hunt. We've got low resistance liquidity. Keep doing that today. Sitting up here, aligned with our -4. We've got voids or gaps here to fill. Sorry, not gaps, FVGs. So we're going to, price might find some resistance here, but if we can close through these, keep climbing, then I certainly think it's bullish today for GBP. All right, guys, I'm going to end the video there today. Thanks for a great week. I really appreciate each and every one of you. The feedback I'm getting is amazing. Thank you for contributing. Thank you for watching. Thank you for leaving your messages. I appreciate it. We'll keep working, keep building, keep providing value. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know. I'll do my best to make it and get it out to the community. You know, if you want to grab some evals, guys, please jump onto My Funded Futures or Apex. Use code Jimmy to get max discount. The 50k starter is a favorite of mine from My Funded Futures. Obviously, with the ability to expedite evals for Apex, news trading is amazing, and the scalability of Apex is great. And those 250k accounts are perfect right now. So if you feel like trading non-farm payroll today, now's your opportunity. So jump on, have a crack, get yourself funded. There's also, I might try and grab the link, Invesco from the premium group. He created a really good video on how to expedite evals, or how he approaches it. I'll put the link in the description to his YouTube. Great video on how to expedite evals, at least his approach, and it has great success. So check it out. All right, guys, make sure to like and subscribe, please. Have a great weekend. Have a good trading session today, and I'll catch you next week. Bye for now.